Geez. Okay, so now with having an X-ray, you basically know what radiography is. It's taking pictures of topology or your body, organs, tissues, all that fun stuff, especially bones. Bones is a major thing. My major is actually molecular imaging, which is nuclear medicine and radiology. I'm actually going to be speaking of radiology today because in order to understand molecular imaging, you have to know a little bit about radiology. So I chose this field because I want to help people heal through advanced sciences. I find it very fascinating. A quick short story. Why I went into this field was my husband, whom I met like 6 years ago. He is actually in the Department of Engineering, Electrical and Software Engineering for GE Healthcare. He works on C-arms, building the boards, so that is a direct correlation with what I'm doing, which is really cool. About 1.5 years ago, my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer, and she has officially recovered a few months ago from the cancer, and they're going on with that through chemo. So that kind of pushed me into radiology. In my speech, I'll be discussing the major components of the film-based system, basic X-ray physics, and how X-ray affects you as a patient. The purpose of my speech today is to generally inform you of how it works and how it affects you, and the positive and negative effects of that. In order to do so, I now move to the major components. Radiographic systems are film-based systems. There's another type which I'll explain later. You'll have an X-ray generator, which is the powerhouse. Oh, it's going. It's okay. It'll stop. The X-ray generator produces high voltage energy for the X-ray tube, which is the component that produces the X-ray radiation. The generator can produce up to 120,000 volts, which is 1,000 times greater than the common household outlet. So as you can tell, that's a lot. The film cassette, which you would need for this type of machine, has the film. You put it in the cassette and you load it into the machine, and that's what your image is on. And then they make it's like taking your camera to what is this called? A little, when you get your film developed. Thank you. Another type of machine is called the fluoroscopy machine. This one's really cool. It's actually more common now. A lot of clinics are leaning in this direction. It is real-time X-ray topography or topology. It produces live X-ray pictures up on a machine or up on a screen, and it allows the doctor to take live X-rays while inserting something in your body or doing surgery. Now that you know a little bit about the components, we move towards the physics. One more, sorry, not keeping up very well. One more. All right, you have the generator, the film cassette, and the two tubes. Inside the tube, the electrons are emitted from the cathode side, which is the left side, and accelerated toward the anode side by the voltage produced by the X-ray generator. The anode material is commonly made of tungsten because of its high atomic number and melting point. The electrons impact the anode, and the resulting loss of the energy of those electrons is released as X-ray radiation. With all this in mind, we now move to how it affects you as a patient. Different structures in the body absorbs X-rays differently. For example, more dense anatomy such as bone absorb more radiation than soft tissue. Because of the absorption through different anatomies, there is a varying radiation intensity pattern that exposes the film. That is why bones look white and soft tissue appears black. It is this phenomenon that explains why radiography is referred to as shadow imaging. So it's like you have your sun here, you have a person, and the sun takes a picture of you and it shadows onto the ground. Well, it's the reverse of that, so it's called shadow imaging. Unfortunately, even though X-ray is useful to diagnose certain medical conditions, it causes cellular damage due to the absorption of radiation. If cells receive too much radiation, they can be damaged to the point of irreversible repair, such as if your heart was to be exposed by hundreds and thousands of X-ray radiations, your cells of your heart no longer can repair themselves, or if they do, they will repair and cause abnormalities such as cancer. And just to set your minds at ease, in nature, throughout the course of your lifetime, you are exposed by over 40 trillion particles of radiation by brick walls and land masses, dirts, basic things that actually construct your home. So, but in conclusion, now that you know a little bit more about X-rays and how they work and the basic components and the physics, I hope that you keep in mind that although the use of X-ray has saved countless lives and is more popular today in medical sciences, that there are associated risks. So just keep that in mind. I have cited sources of Wikipedia, Christian's Physics of Diagnostic Radiology, FSAT.pit.ed, and my husband, who is the lead electrical engineer and software engineer of GE Healthcare Salt Lake City.